Hi everybody, I'm Sarah with the So Much Charm blog, a quilting and lifestyle blog. This year, 2020, we started an intro to applique tutorials with Hugo and Gigi right here. Those are pattern pull patterns from Australia. If you're looking for those applique patterns, go to the So Much Charm website and we have them available. We are the official US distributor. So if you're looking for pattern pull patterns of Australia without the Australian shipping price tag, we can help. Okay? So let's get started with today's intro to applique. I'm going to show you today's project. This is a super simple project. I simply picked an image, and in this case, the elephant. And I am appliquing it to a fat quarter. And what am I going to do with this? Well, it's a large fat quarter. It has not been cut down. So I can actually turn this into a pillow for my grandmother who loves elephants. And right now she's in lockdown in a nursing home, so this is surely going to brighten her day. She loves elephants. So the first thing that you need to know is how to pick your pattern. You want to make sure that you're not violating any copyrights at all. So a little trick that you may want to do is you might want to purchase this book, The Ultimate Applique Reference Tool. This book shows you how to find a pattern without violating copyright laws, and it also helps protect and teaches you how to protect your quilt pattern designer. Okay? Another thing that you're going to want to get to try this project is Steam a Seam 2. I will have this available on our shop page next week. So if you're looking for it, we've got it for you. Steam a Seam, usually, this has 5 sheets in it, by the way. It usually runs from anywhere from $5.49 to $5.99. I've never seen it priced over $6 a pack. You can also purchase it by the yard by 12 or 18 inches, I believe, deep. So that may be another option for you. I did try to do the Steam a Seam in my printer as it suggests on the package, and it did not work. My ink literally disappeared when I put the iron to it. So I'm not going to show you that method. I'm going to show you the old pencil method with Steam a Seam. So when you want to pick out your fabrics to do this project here, you're going to want to make sure you've got fabrics that are contrasting, things that'll make your colors pop. Okay, I am using 2 batiks because batiks you can use either side and you're not having to worry about which way, if you're putting on your Steam a Seam and your graphic image, applying it to your fabric the wrong way, because I've done that too. And you may do that as well when you're learning. So start off with batiks, and then you're going to have a positive experience with this, okay? The next thing is your image. I found a website. In fact, let me just put it on this camera here for this image directly. And it is homadegiftsmadeeasy.com. It's a long website, but it's worth it. And they have tons of patterns that they share for applique. So make sure you go to the website to get your pattern if this is the one that you want. Okay, I'll put a link to their website to this image, but I cannot put this image up on my website as you're getting it from me because that violates copyright. And we're not trying to do that. So I'm just sharing you. This is a great image. I went ahead and already cut out the ear on this guy because it came with it came in 2 pages, so I had them facing this way and the other way. So, but don't forget it. If you're cutting and making your own patterns, you can turn them around for any direction that you want, but you need to mark it which way's front if you're going to change it for your applique. I'm going to show you how to do all that. Okay, so you've got your pattern or an elephant, okay? So I'm going to add another little elephant, and let's say, let me move these out of the way. Here's the elephant, and I already have a piece of Steam a Seam that I've cut into. Okay, you saw the other elephants on the fabric. I've had to practice somehow. So here's what you're going to do. We're going to move our example over, and here it is. You can see the yellow lines are up. And let's see, let's face the guy this way this time. You're literally going to put your image down the way that you want him to be, and you're going to trace around it with a number 2 pencil. I found that when I was looking for marking pencils, all I had were the ones that if you applied iron, the image would go away, the ink disappeared. Well, when you're appliquing, you don't want that. Okay, so I have my image drawn out. Now, I'm simply going to take paper scissors. These are regular paper scissors. And I'm going to cut around it. Notice how I left space around it, okay? If you want to save like every little bit of the steam that you can, I would recommend cutting about a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch around your shapes and then saving the rest. Because with applique, you can take small pieces of fabric and apply it to an image to make something amazing. Okay, so this is my image. What do I do now? Well, you're going to take your fabric, and I'm going to want more elephants out of this pattern because I think my grandmother will love it. I think the play on the print mimics elephant ears, so I am not going back and applying elephant ears on top like the images suggest are possible. I'm just not doing that. So if you look at this, you can kind of see it kind of looks like a netting right here, right there. Well, that's the glue from the paper that did not get enough heat like this part right here, because the glue is there. Okay, you're going to want to lay out your fabric flat. If you need to press it, go ahead and press it. You're going to take your paper, and the back page comes off, and it reveals like this netting. There you go, now you can see it. And that is the glue. And you're simply going to apply it to your fabric. I like to make sure I have no air bubbles. Take your super hot iron and then just press it. I found this cute little iron, believe it or not, at Walmart for like $12 on sale. When it's not on sale, this little bitty iron was $50. And I have seen this steam fast iron at Joann's for $50. I have seen it at local quilt shops for about $30, which is about a regular price at Walmart. But I didn't know when it was going to be on sale again, and I've never really seen an iron on sale at my local quilt shop, so I went ahead and got it when it was on sale at Walmart, $12. I would recommend that you do that too. The next step is you're going to take these scissors, if you can get them. These are Tim Holtz itty bitty pinking shears, and they are perfect for applique. Oh my gosh, you're gonna want them for more than applique. If you decide you don't like applique, you're gonna want them because they have itty bitty tiny zigzag blades like pinking shears, and as you cut your fabric, it doesn't fray. It doesn't fall apart. You're going to love it. So make sure that you can get some of those. If you can't, I'm looking at getting some for my shop page, so you can probably look for those next week as well. But next, you just take your scissors, your sewing scissors, or your Tim Holtz pinking shears. These are 5-inch snips. They do come a size larger, but I wanted to make sure that I had a small pair because smaller is easier for me to handle. So you're just going to cut around your image, trying to make your edges smooth. And I'm kind of hurrying because the camera. So just make sure you take your time. So I'm going to try to cut that little trunk out. A lot of people make flowers with applique. And in fact, There you go. Here we go. There's our little elephant. And then on the other side, that's what it's going to look like. Isn't that cute? It's adorable. So some people actually take the time to make flowers, and they make these beautiful, beautiful blocks. Well, Pattern Pool currently has this mystery quilt. This is block 1. I can't wait to finish the next. This is just put on with the Steam-A-Seam. I have started some of the stitching, but I haven't finished. So this is an example of the bird. I still have to add the beak to it as well. But notice the flower, all of the different colors, and that there is a color background. You do not have to always applique with a white or an off-white colored background. You can use color. You just want to make sure that your other fabrics will pop off of the fabric. So this is the Pattern Pool Mystery Block of the week. They're doing it for 10 weeks. They just released block 4. So if you're interested, I have it available to sign up on my website. And we can get you hooked up today and get all of the patterns. Everything is uploaded into their Facebook page. Okay, so now we've got our next little elephant. Okay, so you find a place where you want it. Make sure it's going to work. And the back, you kind of like spread it apart. And then there you go. If you've ever had trouble where you can't get the back off, there is a way to take like a sewing needle and rub the back of the paper when it's still on it to kind of like put some dots in it to slight tear it, and it will come apart then. So here's my little elephant, and I'm just going to randomly put him somewhere. I just kind of want it to be all sorts of wonky, just, you know, like my Nano with her herd of elephants. So then I'm going to take the iron again, and I'm going to apply the heat, and I'm pressing down. I'm not moving it. No, no, no. I am pressing down. And this takes the glue on the other side that didn't get all of the heat all the way through and is now sticking it to my background fabric. And that is pretty much the hardest part of applique. That's it. The next part that you would do, well, one, you're going to check and you're going to make sure your edges all the way around seam flat. And this one seems flat. Okay, and then you're going to decide what kind of stitches you would like to use to go all the way around your image. Okay, so you can use a zigzag stitch. You can use a blanket stitch, which is the most popular for applique. It's a blanket stitch, and that's the one that kind of stitches over, goes down, stitches over, goes down, stitches over. You get the pattern there. You can even use a zigzag stitch, which just goes back and forth. Like my little zigzag demo, you can do that. So the options are really limitless. If you wanted to do a decorative stitch, you could do that. The point with it is that you just make sure that it goes around the edge, as close to the edge as possible. If you use a zigzag stitch, one of your stitches should go off the fabric and then back on. Off, on, off, on. And you want it as close to the edge as possible. So before you start stitching, go ahead and take some scrap fabric and practice your stitch length to make sure it's the way that you want it, because this is your creation. This is your creativity. The sky is the limit with applique. This is really amazing. So once you do your stitches though, your image is secured onto your fabric, and then that's all that you have to do. That's it. Now, I like vintage, so I just did a straight stitch through here. That's all I did. I just did a little straight stitch all the way around. Some of it went off, some of it's on, and that's okay. If you decide to do a straight stitch and you're not happy with it, you can go back with a zigzag stitch and it hides it perfectly. So there's ways to make your boo-boos look like artistic design. It's great. And that's all that there is to applique. The hardest part is picking the pattern. What is it that you want to create? And then picking which fabrics you want to use. I simply went to my back quarter section to do this demonstration. And when I saw these batiks, I was like, oh yeah, because the dark brown in the elephant fabric goes with the light brown in the batik, the background fabric. So that's what I did. That is it. That is your intro to applique beginner level class. So if you have any questions, I am dying to hear. You can shoot me an email at sarah@somuchcharm.com. That's SEWMUCHCHARM.com. Or you can hit me up in the beginner quilting group on Facebook. We're there too. Or just send a message to the shop page on Facebook or make a comment on this blog post. Super simple. I'd love to hear from you, and I can't wait to see what you make. Happy quilting!